Well, he can't seem to help himself. It's almost like George Clooney enjoys public backlash at this point. In a recent sit-down with Stephen Colbert, he went on tangent after tangent about Trump, making sure to remind everyone exactly where he stands. But instead of sounding insightful, it was just more of the left's usual fear-mongering in a textbook example of an echo chamber. Today we're breaking down what was said, and you won't believe how shallow their thinking is. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
I was raised a Democrat in Kentucky, so I've had a lot of fun in my life. You can imagine. It's been nothing but fun.
Sure.
And, I've lost a lot of elections. The first time I voted, it was 1980, so I was a Carter guy, and Reagan won, and then I lost to some Bushes, and I won with some Clintons and Obamas, and I lost. And, this is democracy, and this is how it works. And, what the hell?
How'd it go this time for you? I forgot who you were supporting.
Well, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Storm the Capitol? It's like... It didn't work out. That's what happens.
There you go. Next time.
It's part of democracy. And we'll get, and there's the people who agree and people who disagree, and most of us still like each other. We're all going to get through it.
It's ironic they're lecturing everybody about democracy while both of them supported a candidate who was essentially installed on the election ticket, undemocratically, mind you. Just 4 years ago, the same candidate was pushed out of her own party's primaries because voters didn't want her. If democracy truly mattered to them, wouldn't they at least acknowledge how undemocratic that whole process was? Instead, they're pretending like none of it happened and hoping people just go along with it. At this point, it feels like late-night hosts and Hollywood celebrities are doing more political commentary than actual entertainers. So it's about time CNN or MSNBC just gives them their own primetime show, because they clearly spend more time pushing the latest talking points than making anything related to their own line of work.
I have a son who plays in chess tournaments, loves chess. He's 7 years old, playing a lot of older kids, and he's not winning all the time, as you can imagine. And he gets upset, and I said, listen, you shake the guy's hand, you say, good game, I'll get you next time. And that's kind of how, got to live by those rules, which is all right, okay, good for you, go. I hope you do well, because our country needs it. And then we'll meet you in 3.5 years and see where we go next. That's part of the thing. What?
That there'll be another. Let's not get out over our skis, George.
Well, I don't...
you play by the rules, but both sides have to believe that there should be rules. That's what I would say.
Yeah, there's some truth.
Yes.
Well,
they say if you're saving your country, you can commit no crime.
I heard that.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool thing.
It's obvious that Colbert is doing everything he can to get a reaction from Clooney, as if he's fishing for some viral moment. He's not even acknowledging the simple reality that no matter what party the president belongs to, his actions affect everyone. We saw that crystal clear under Biden, where rising inflation, skyrocketing gas prices, and a chaotic border crisis didn't just hurt conservatives, they hurt everyday Americans across the board. Now, I completely understand criticizing a president. That's actually part of democracy. But Colbert isn't just criticizing, he's actively rooting against Trump, almost like he wants things to go wrong so he can say, I told you so. That's not the mindset of someone who cares about the country as a whole. That's just someone being petty against one single party. The ladies of The View discussed Clooney's comments in a recent episode, and Alyssa shared the reason why she respects him.
I think in general, not going to give Democrats advice, Americans need to listen to each other more, and politicians need to listen to their voters. And I think that there has been so much of focus grouping, and this is what campaign messengers say, and this is what this surrogate says. And people were screaming, it is the economy, it is the cost of living. Now, we could debate. Things are not good in the economy right now. Donald Trump has not fixed it. But I think that there was...
They guys are selling eggs for $3 a piece.
What I want to give George Clooney props for, and I'm always going to praise him for this, he was right. The country was saying, we may love Joe Biden, he is too old and you need someone else. If they had listened 6 months earlier, it might have been a different outcome.
Looking back is always easy to do.
But listen to the voters.
That ship has sailed.
When 70% of voters are saying we have concerns about his age, just being like, you don't know, we know better, it just doesn't work. You have to listen to people.
Right.
First of all, Trump has been in office for just over a month and no economy gets fixed overnight. Took Obama at least a couple of years to kind of stabilize things after the 2008 crash. And according to the Economic Policy Institute, quote, without the payroll tax cut, the economy would actually have slipped back into contraction in the first quarter of 2011. So the next time you hear someone claiming that Trump hasn't turned the economy around fast enough, well, don't even bother engaging. These people aren't interested in facts, they're just looking for something to complain about. Now, regarding Alyssa's comments about Clooney, the man helped Biden raise over $30 million just a month before his infamous op-ed. If he truly believed Biden was unfit for office, why did he wait until after the first debate to say something? The answer is really simple. He's a tool of the elite, perfectly fine with his second Biden term until it became obvious that he stood zero chance against Trump. George also talked about his upcoming project, and he was trying to portray himself as some sort of a martyr.
George, a bit of an obvious question, but why do you think it's a good idea to bring back a play right now about a man in journalism who is standing up against both corporate and political interests?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it was funny.
Would Murrah say Gulf of America, or would Murrah say Gulf of Mexico?
Didn't you first say Gulf of America?
I did. I was the first person. My old character on the old show claimed it as the Gulf of America.
Yes.
Yeah, it was after the oil spill in the Gulf. I said, we broke it, we bought it. It's the Gulf of America now.
You see? There's no new ideas.
Trump steals all my ideas, and you better lawyer up, mother***er, because I'm coming for you.
I'm not sure you're going to need lawyers. I think you're going to need more than that.
Yes, shaman.
Yes, something. No, you know, we planned on doing it like about 2 years ago. It was something we were looking forward to because, look, these are subjects that, you know, Grant and I, my partner Grant Heslov and I wrote this 20 years ago because I was being called a traitor to the country for being against the war in Iraq. And they put me on a deck of cards and called me a traitor and stuff like that. Well, it's always interesting to talk about.
You were on that?
This man is so full of himself, it is crazy. Drop a like if you wouldn't be surprised if he says he helped Oppenheimer with the Manhattan Project. Anyway, I showed you this clip because it's the setup of Clooney talking about the role of the media and holding the government accountable. So let's hear what this great mind has to say.
Forever, we've had this issue, which is power kind of hates the fourth estate. They hate journalism. And my father's an anchorman and a newsman, and we've always believed in the idea of when the other three estates, the judiciary branch and the executive branch, and you know, when they all fail you, you really need that fourth estate, right? It has to be the people that can hold people to account. And this is one of those, this is a moment of us at our best. And I always like to show, and I like the idea of seeing ourselves at our best. I think that's always an exciting thing to do.
Well, sometimes you are at your best when it is a very dark time.
You know, being on the right side of history is not fun at the moment when you do it. It's nice later when you can look back and go, wow, I was really, you know, and he could do that later.
And everybody thinks they know how they would behave during rising fascism. Everybody thinks they know that would behave until the pressure's on them. And everybody's just human, you know?
Yeah.
It's true. The media is supposed to hold the entire political class accountable, but what happens when these outlets turn into nothing more than propaganda machines? At that point, they stop being watchdogs and really become more of attack dogs, only pointing out the mistakes of their political opponents while ignoring or just outright covering for their own side. We've seen this play out time and again, selective outrage, double standards, and a refusal to report on anything that might make their preferred candidates look bad. That's why independent sources like us are important, because our only pledge is to tell you the truth and the absolute truth. So please share the video with your friends. It really helps us grow and reach more people. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.